Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. You guys know this is my favorite day of the week and favorite time of the day. It's Wellness Wednesdays with your host, Dr. Marsie Ross, founder and CEO of EdLyn Essentials, where healthy is the new beautiful. So we have our special guest on again. I'm so excited for part two of our wonderful, wonderful discussion. So, hey there. So while we're getting on board, while everybody's logging in, I always like to go through our housekeeping. So here on Wellness Wednesdays is very simple. We're just creating a platform for a collaboration and health and wholeness where we can come together, share tips, talk to experts that can help us live our best life because healthy is a new beautiful. So this never takes a place of talking to your doctor or a professional. This is just for us to connect and to share ideas and expertise. So the only thing we ask is that you engage, and that you comment and you share because you never know when you could help someone, help set someone free with this information that we're getting. So we have our special guest here tonight. Very, very excited. Ashley Crews is the founder of Hairventions. She is a certified natural hair care stylist. She's been with us. If you guys saw the broadcast from last week, I mean, it was amazing. Everybody's still commenting from last week, talking about ways that we can, get our hair strong, and very easy and very simple ways that we can do this. So amazing. Thanks for so much for being here to provide some natural hair care and wellness services. And so we're just picking up where we left off from last week. Thanks, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Hey, Samish is here. Hey, Samish, thanks for joining.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
I'm just going to take a minute and make this public so that everybody can share once they log on. You can share for sure. And we were having some technical difficulties before, but Ashley, looks like we're doing just fine right now.
All right. That's
Yay. So welcome, Ashley. I know last week you shared some tips on products that we already have in our kitchen cabinet that we can be used for, just taking care of our hair. So can you give us a quick recap on some of the things you shared last week?
So I know I shared about avocados, and I mentioned doing an avocado hair mask last week, but I really didn't get into details. I want to share a little bit about avocado. I'm not sure if everybody knows, but avocado is a fruit. It's a fruit that's high in fiber, and it's also high in potassium. So what it does is it lowers cholesterol in our bodies, and it also boosts our heart health. So this fruit is super packed with nutrients and things that we need for our bodies to continue to thrive and for us to live healthier and longer.
Okay.
And it also has a great vitamin E, basically supplement, which helps to reduce scalp damage. So as I mentioned, when creating a avocado hair mask, it can actually help benefit your hair greatly. So how you would do that really quickly is just getting the avocados, blend it up well, add some olive oil, and put it on your hair as if it was a conditioner. I would say from scalp to tips, leave it on 15 minutes, then rinse it out, and it reduces tangles, it adds strength to your hair, it makes it shiny, you will feel so great and your hair will feel so soft after you use this in your hair. So avocado is like a super fruit because it provides so many benefits for our bodies inside and out for us to stay well and to look beautiful.
So how often should we do this? If you said it, I'm sorry. Did you say how often?
I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but if I did or didn't, you can do it once a week.
Okay.
Especially if you have dry, brittle hair, it
Okay.
will help to allow your hair to become softer and allow you to detangle with your fingers more easily.
I love it. I love it. And so somebody, especially for me, with short hair, I find that I get my hair wet a lot. I wash it a lot because if I sweat, I feel like I just need to rinse it off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always struggle with dry hair.
Yeah.
I have dry skin too. So I am team avocado. I always love eating it and knowing that I can actually help my hair and my scalp, right? So I love that. I love that. And so another thing that you talk about avocado, what about, I heard a lot about aloe vera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, aloe vera is like the super plant. When we think of aloe vera, most of the time we are rushing to get it because maybe we had a bruise or we experienced like sun damage from being in the sun too long and our skin might peel, or we might even got a burn, or we want to, reduce marks on our skin. So that's what aloe vera has always been used for. I mean, that's how I know aloe vera to be used for. But as I continue to do research and I grew up and did more and understand more what the plant can be used for, I also consumed it as a drink, and I also can use it as a hair mask. So this one plant has multiple uses for our bodies to thrive. So as a hair mask, as you mentioned, you said your hair dries a lot. So yes, avocado can help with that, but aloe vera as well. You would get the plant, and if you ever seen a plant, it's like gooky and it has like the little oily, I mean like oily but slimy, and you put it on your scalp and it actually soothes your scalp instantly. It reduces dandruff, the onset of dandruff. So if you ever have, like you said, dry scalp or flakiness from either styling too long and not applying oils, or even working out and not having real time to continue to like moisturize your scalp, you can do a mask with the aloe vera plant itself. You would cut it up and you would like open the pieces and put the slimy stuff on your scalp, and instantly it reduces the itching. It
That's
reduces
amazing.
the flakiness. And
Yeah.
then, of course, you will leave it on for a little while, and then you just rinse and, do the rest of your routine. So the aloe vera plant is really, really great, especially for skin as well. People
Right.
put it on their face when they want to reduce dark marks on their skin, or they just want to look vibrant and they
Yeah.
just want to glow. That aloe vera plant is really great for that as well.
I love it. So, I mean, these are, it's so simple. We don't really think of it, right? Especially it's like everyday things. You just take it for granted. So you have
Right.
the avocado and the aloe vera. I know for the plant-based detoxes that EdLyn Essentials provides, we actually have aloe vera in there because it does help to soothe your intestines. Like people really don't realize how wonderful some of these remedies really can help your entire body to just have, just be healthy from the inside out. I love it. Now,
Right.
one of the things I've been hearing a lot about for everywhere is this apple cider vinegar. I was so surprised when you talked about this last time. I couldn't
Right.
wait for this week. I love it. So tell us about, we know about, losing weight, the apple cider vinegar, but I didn't even think about, even like with the aloe vera, I wasn't thinking about it for soothing my scalp, even though your scalp is skin, right? And the same
Right.
thing for, tell us about the apple cider vinegar. Your
Mhm.
Mama Cruz is here. She said,
Hey, Ma.
hey, her beautiful daughter. Thanks for joining us, Mama Cruz.
Hi, Ma.
Yes, and Kiva's
Hey,
here.
everyone.
Adele is
Hi,
here. This is some
Kiva.
good information. I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Oh, we have a question. Kiva, before we talk about the apple cider vinegar, we take a pause for a second. Kiva wants to know, does she need to mix the avocado with anything? I think you said olive oil or whatever.
Yes, olive oil or one of your favorite oils to mix it so that I can have a smooth consistency. Because
Uh-huh.
if you just try to apply it or blend it alone, sometimes it have particles, and you don't really want that because it'd be hard to get out your hair. So if you put the oil coupled with the avocado, it will actually create that smooth consistency, which will make your application process so much easier.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. So I hope that answers the question. What about coconut oil? I know everybody's talking about coconut oil. Can you mention
Oh,
that too?
coconut oil. Coconut
So I think
oil
we
is
can talk about that.
everyone's fave. Coconut
We'll talk
oil is
about that
everyone's
when we
fave.
talk about the myths. I think we can talk
Right.
about coconut oil because it's a whole nother bag when you talk about
Right.
coconut oil. So
So
if you
much so
ladies are
that.
here, we appreciate you joining. If you could just
Hello.
take a minute and share it right now so that we can make sure that everybody can listen live to Ashley and just ask questions.
Yeah.
I know that we get a lot of questions. You answered so many comments from last week,
I
I
know.
think, from people watching the video after. So if you guys could just take a second, if you've already tuned in, just go ahead and share it on your page right now. Just click the share button. It should be pretty simple for you just to post it and share it. Okay, so back to apple cider vinegar.
Right. Okay. So apple cider vinegar, like you mentioned, is really great for your health. You can ingest it internally. I would say a teaspoon or two to maybe your tea in the morning, or maybe a full glass of water, and it's supposed to reduce belly fat. So I know us women always think that we have all this belly fat going on and we do all the crunches and everything, try to eat right, and it can linger there. But if we add apple cider vinegar to our diets, we can definitely reduce the belly fat and get the little flat stomachs that we want. But again, what everybody is really here to hear about, apple cider vinegar in hair. A lot of people use it as a rinse to remove product buildup from styling throughout the week, so in place of a shampoo sometimes. Because when you pour, you have to dilute it because it is strong by itself. But you dilute the apple cider vinegar with water and you will pour it on your scalp. And it will also help with dandruff, excuse me, dandruff. It also will help with boosting the shine in your hair. And sometimes it actually helps reverse heat damage to make your curls more vibrant and pop more. So apple cider vinegar, again, as I've been mentioning, all the foods and things that we can consume in our bodies is helpful for also our hair and our appearance. And apple cider vinegar can also do that as well. So yeah.
I didn't even think of that. I love that information. So we have, before we move on to our myths, so we talked about avocado, we talked about apple cider vinegar, and then what was the other thing we talked about? Aloe vera.
Aloe vera plant.
Yeah, so those three things are, I think, if you listen to part one and you're listening to this is some really great information. Now, we know that we hear information all the time about do this, do that. And it's hard not to jump on the bandwagon, right? It really, really is. Now, tell me, what about the myths? What should we not do? That's right, important too. It's like, okay, I heard this, this is, everybody's doing this, everybody's talking about this. What should I not do?
Right. So I want to kind of change that from not doing. I want it to be more of a mindful thing when you do try to do it. So for instance, coconut oil. That was everyone's favorite, especially going natural for the first time. And like you said, joining a bandwagon, a lot of people really invested in coconut oil and put that at the forefront of their regimens. But what they didn't know is that coconut oil is not for all hair types. Now, I'm not saying that you can't use coconut oil or throw it away right now as you in your kitchen and you want to just toss it. I don't want to say that either. But I do want you to know that coconut oil, you can also cook with it. And coconut oil can be a solid or it could be a liquid. So think about how you apply that to your body, your hair, and what state it can possibly be in. So if you're in hotter temperatures, it might melt and do what it needs to do to keep your hair moisturized and soft. But what about those cold temperatures? When you put the coconut oil on your scalp, do you think it will fully moisturize your hair? So coconut oil is said to really work with finer textured hair. It actually works in well with that kind of hair. But if you have coarse textured hair, no. If you want to use it, I would say couple it with your favorite other oil. I love olive oil, so that's why I always mention it, or maybe castor oil, but don't just solely use it alone, especially if you have thicker hair. Reason for that is thicker hair mostly is packed with protein, and coconut oil adds more protein. And when you have protein overload, that leads to dry hair and breakage.
Wow.
So you may think that you're moisturizing your hair and have your scalp feeling great, but in all actuality, it could really be drying your hair. And I don't know if any of you experienced this, but if you did use coconut oil alone, how many times you felt like you had to reapply coconut oil? Really sit back and think about that. But if you couple it with one of your favorite other oils, the benefits actually increases because they both provide something to your hair of what it needs. So
that is awesome. I mean, it makes such good sense. And I never thought about it before because you do hear so many great things about coconut oil. And so you're like, oh, I'm going to use it on this. I'm going to do it on that. Especially me, I have dry skin. So I'm like, anything that says oil, I think I'm supposed to have. So I appreciate it. I didn't even think about it when it is cold and that it can go from a solid to from a liquid to a solid. Didn't even think of that. Love that.
I was on a bandwagon too. I used to use it faithfully. I don't cut it completely out as I mentioned before, but be mindful and try to use it in conjunction with something else.
So Ash, before we wrap up, I know there's one other big myth that you and I agree on that drives us both crazy. So let's talk about this B word.
Right. Biotin.
Biotin. Oh my gosh.
So
great marketing. They did great marketing with this. Misinformation for sure.
Yeah. Biotin is also like coconut oil. Everybody go to savior. Everybody think that they can ingest biotin and boom, my hair's down my back if I keep taking it. But that can also be true for some people. But you cannot just rely solely on a vitamin to do the work for you, for your health or for your hair. You want to make sure that you put in the work as well. And what I mean by that is if you decide to take biotin, you still need to have a consistent, healthy diet along with a consistent hair regimen. You have to still care for your body if you still want to take that biotin. And I also believe that, you can still do liquid biotin or liquid vitamins if you still choose to take it because it actually dissolves better in your body. A lot of us pop a lot of vitamins or pills and don't really drink the amounts of water that we need to fully let it digest in our systems. So are we really getting the full benefits from these vitamins? I don't know. But I also know that it is best to get a blood test from your physician to see what deficiency you have and fulfill that deficiency before you go out and get all these vitamins and supplements. Because what if the brittle nails or the dry scalp or the hair breakage or the tummy aches is coming from a deficiency and not the need for biotin? You won't know until you go to your physician and actually get that taken care of or actually get that information from them and what they suggest that you do for your body. So
I'm a fan of that for sure. I think that you should, I think that you have to be, as a company that creates high quality vitamins, understanding that you have to have, plant based. You can't just have vitamins. You have to have the minerals and the herbal complexes too to help your body digest that. And you have to have, you don't have mega doses of anything. You have vitamins and minerals that work together to give your body what you need. But I'm a fan of going to the doctor, knowing your numbers, and that means your blood work too. So I think that is great advice. And I think biotin, one of the myths that really drive me crazy with biotin is that unless you have a biotin deficiency, there's no need for you to take biotin on it definitely helps, but it helps with replenishing your cells. It helps with fat metabolism. And so those are the benefits of biotin. Biotin definitely has a benefit in your life, but understand why you're taking it. Understand that unless you have a biotin deficiency, it really won't do as much for your hair, skin, and nails as you think, but it will help you metabolize some of the fat. So I am a fan of biotin for that reason.
And one other thing that I did find when I was researching is that now recently when you are trying to get tests done at the doctor and things like that, if you constantly take biotin, it actually skews your results. If you overtake biotin. So just be mindful, everyone. Me and Dr. Marsie Ross is actually trying to tell you good information about this biotin product. Be mindful of how you're using it and what you really have as far as goals for your hair and health and how that might fit in. And what you can do in conjunction with taking that as far as dieting and hair care practices. So I hope this information was great for you guys.
It was awesome. Thank you. I know we're a bit over, but sometimes it's hard to cut it off when we're having a good conversation. Thank you, Ashley. We have to have you guys back on. I mean, you look fabulous. I love the versatility.
I try to do in honor of Black History Month on the last day.
That's right. You did amazing.
Afrocentric.
That's right. It was wonderful. You have blessed our show. We're so thankful to have you.
Thank you for having me.
We have to have you back on the show. This has been amazing. Be sure, everybody, that is tuned in. Please share this because, like I said, some of these practical tips, we all need to hear them. Wonderful talking to you guys. I love my tribe. Jamisa says great information. Tammy came a bit late, but she's here. Adele asked about a spray bottle for apple cider vinegar. So just make sure that when you see it on the comments, you can respond to that. I do want to be mindful of our time because we are again over. But we have to have you back on the show when we talk about some more ways that we can utilize our nutrition for our hair and our health. Thank you. Well, bye, everybody. Remember, healthy is a new beautiful. Be sure to comment and be sure to share this video. See you next week.
Bye.